Yeah. Yeah. How did the Johnson start before we go into the lifestyle properly? How did the journey, you and Mrs. Johnson, what was the vision behind? Because you must have had a vision, something must have kept you, something must have brought you together for you both of you to think alike, And in a way, you look at, like, I'm staring at the screen right now, there's a resemblance. Even though your screen is showing me black and white, and there's a resemblance, really. So there's so much
Interesting.
uniqueness, there's so much unity, there's so much, you know. So how did it start for you to? Because a lot of young people want to learn from you.
Mm. It's like we always say, you don't
Like we
plan
always say, you don't plan
you don't plan some things, and
you
then
don't plan
when you get into them,
when you
you
get
now
into them,
realize that wow,
you now realize
this
that
is
wow,
different from what I
this
planned.
this is different from what I planned.
Okay, like when I
Okay,
met my
like
wife,
when I
I
met
went to
my wife,
Step
went to
in
Step
in Plateau State,
in Plateau State,
and getting there, I just saw that she
and
was.
getting there, I
We
just thought she
started.
was.
We met
Started,
somehow, and
we
we
met
started
somehow, and
talking.
we started talking.
But I never knew she
But
was that
I never
smart.
knew she was that smart. Wow.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
smartness
it was the
that got me at
smartness
first.
that got me at first.
And then she knew
And
all
then she
the
knew
all the things I never
all the
even
things
knew.
I never even
She
knew.
was way ahead of
She
me
was
when it
way
comes to
ahead of me when it
reading,
comes to
and
reading,
she knows a lot of
and
things.
she knows
So
a
I was like,
lot of
wow, this
things.
is
I
someone
was
I
like,
want to
wow, this
mix
is
with.
someone I want to mix
You know?
with.
And I wasn't even thinking
And
of
I wasn't
marriage at
thinking
first.
of marriage
I
at first.
I was just
Because I was just
interested in the person, as in now. I
interested
want
in
to
the person as
learn
in now.
what this
I want
person
to
is
learn
doing,
what this
who
person
is
is,
in Jaws,
who is in
and you
Jaws,
feel that person is a lot
and you
more
feel that
enlightened
person is a
than
lot
you are.
more enlightened than you are. Wow.
Those are the kind of people you want to mix with.
Those are the kind of people you want to mix with. So this is how the journey to this amazing lifestyle started. Like play.
Yep,
It always starts that way.
Wow.
yep.
Okay.
It always starts that way.
Wow. So Mrs. Johnson, was there anything particular? Did you foresee, that glorious lifestyle ahead when you guys started?
Yes, actually, I did. When I met him,
I did.
he's an
When I
extremely
met him,
polite person.
he's an extremely polite
My husband will
person.
greet you whether he knows you or not.
My husband
I
will greet you
was
whether he
more
knows
of
you or
an
not.
introvert. If I
I
don't know you,
was
I don't come
more of
near.
an
But
introvert.
my
If I don't
husband
know
can
you, I
walk
don't
up to
come near.
anybody, greet,
My
and
husband can walk up to anybody, greet,
And then one
and
thing I
then
noticed about him
one thing I
too
noticed about him
was when
too
he gets broke,
was when he gets
he
broke,
has a way of looking for
he
jobs
has a way of looking
to
for
make money. So I knew
jobs
my future was
to
secured with
make
him.
money. So I knew my future was secured with
I
him.
knew I
Wow.
was never going to be hungry because
I
he
knew I
goes
was I
out,
was never going to be hungry because he
to
goes
make
out,
things work
to make things work
and make things happen.
and make things happen. You that knows you talks about the Johnsons, Uncle T, Auntie Helen, and of course Peaches tagged along. What is that belief you feel that is holding young people backward from attaining probably the lifestyle they want to, or like now they look up, okay, your lifestyle, the quality life you exhibit is what they want. So what do you think is their belief that is holding them spellbound? And from your experience, your own belief that has, gotten the Johnsons to where they are today.
Okay.
Mrs. Helen. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Lifestyle
Lifestyle
generally is what
generally
defines
is
you
what defines you
as a person.
as a
Your
person.
lifestyle
Yeah.
would
Your lifestyle would
tell most people
tell
who
most
you are in
people
most
who
times.
you are in most times.
It hasn't always
It hasn't
been
always
like this with us.
been like this with us.
When I got married to my
When I
husband,
got
if I'm
married
not
to my husband,
mistaken,
if I'm not
his
mistaken,
salary was
his
just
salary
12,000
was
naira.
just 12,000 naira.
So
Wow.
it has actually
So it
taken
has
us
actually taken
20
us
years now.
20
This
years
year made
now.
us 20 years
This year
in
made us
marriage
20 years
to get
marriage
to this point. But
to
of
get
course, we
to
didn't
this
just
point.
scale the
Wow. Of
hurdle
course, we didn't just kill the hurdle
from nowhere. We went through the
from,
processes.
we didn't cut
We
corners.
didn't, by all means, want. Of course, there are people we looked up to and we hoped to become like when the time is right. But we went through, like I said, the processes to build our lives. We were patient in everything. There was a time I used the cheapest phone ever. I don't know if anybody knows a phone called Sendo, a very tiny phone. But then I'm shocked that these days, I see young people in school looking for school fees, carrying iPhones. For me, it's misplaced priority. As young people, we should strive, build our lives according to stages, the stages we find ourselves. Secondly, we must pay our dues. There were times when we first moved to Calabar, of course, we left our car in Lagos. We couldn't bring it down. Eventually, I think somebody in the family sold it. But of course, my husband had an official car here. Not that we couldn't afford to buy, but we had other things to do. We had our lives to build. We had a child coming. So we didn't want to just like live a flamboyant life, buy a good car and everything. It took us about 2 or 3 years to buy our own car. We're still using the Hilux the company gave to my husband. So basically, as young people, it's good to go through the process. Don't jump the gun. It's one step at a time. Build your future. That way you'll be able to sustain it. But if you want to be like Mr. Johnson, some other person that is way older than you and probably old enough to be your parent, wear the same clothes as they, even when you can't afford. Please don't get me wrong. You may come from an affluent family where they can afford to give you a certain lifestyle. It's okay. But if you are not in that category and then you make your money and use everything to buy like a big phone or some of the most expensive hair and everything, it doesn't really, it won't take you to where you're probably hoping to get to. So all I'm saying in essence is life is a stage. You take everything in life one step at a time. And then that way, when the lifestyle comes, you'll be able to sustain it. I don't know if I made any sense.
I can hear you. Oh, beautiful. Yes, you made a lot of sense. You know, and one of the things captivating, just like David said, build your life according to stages. That's a great point. You know, and you talked about not jumping. It's amazing to learn from you because, like you said, I can't. Like for real, you used Sendo, Sendo phone. I wish the young people know what Sendo looks like. You started from somewhere, but today you can afford the latest phones. Wow, that's interesting. Why? Because you're able to build from one stage, like you said, one step, at a time, from Sendo to now the latest. Okay, so that's a huge lesson for every one of us. Now, Uncle T, I want to also look at the values, because certain values, I'm sure there were values, you had to put up, or values that you had to consider, that would help shape. Because one thing, it takes discipline too, like what you've said. I understand it. I mean, it would definitely take discipline because both of you came from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
But I'm sure something kept you guys, and which is the value you saw in each other, just like you mentioned at the beginning of this session. Now, are there specific values you had to, hold tight? I don't know.
I understand where you're coming from. There are so many things that actually get us together big time. First thing was the fact that we didn't have a child on time. You get it?
Wow.
So because we didn't have a child on time, we got married 2000 and we had the first baby 2005. Now, my people will say, no, your wife will not give you kids, and maybe her own. I don't know if they were saying the same thing, but all I know is we have to let go of a lot pull you back. So in a nutshell, your background, one. Secondly, the kind of people you mix with. Once you mix with people who blow you down, then you're going back down. For me, it was like, my not having a child on time kept us together very, very well. And then we were more focused on, look, now there's no family here now, and there's no friend here now. So it's just going to be you and I. And we have to be more determined, as in, look, we're going to have things done by God's grace. It hasn't been funny. It hasn't been easy. I tell you, there was a time when I didn't have a lot of friends. I only had maybe one particular friend. But nobody really knew what I was going to, what we were going through. But we concentrated and we gave everything to God. And then things started working. But then it was just we were focused. That's it.
Thank you. I think that's a strong point that everybody needs to take into consideration, because just like you did mention, at times the bad energies that surround us tends to pull us backward. Yes, and I believe that's one of the things that has pulled a lot of young persons, backward. I've experienced it myself. I've experienced it really, and I agree with you, Uncle. See, that's a very, very strong point, bad energy. So at points, you were able to overlook, you were able to restrain from the bad energy. So it was just you and her, and you made up your mind to build up together without allowing the bad energies affect you. So I mean, every leader that is on this platform today, every young person's, I want us to take notes. Bad energies, influences a whole lot. He's saying this from experience. These are not motivational speakers to spur you up and abandon you. They're sharing from their experience. They're telling you, okay, these are the things they noted from their experience, and they were able to pull through to get to the level and to the point, where they are today, which is a strong lesson for every one of us. Thank you very much. So, if I may ask, now these are questions boggling, young people out there.
Yep.
What are the strategies you would advise if you were to advise any young person? What are the strategies that probably worked for you that you think, okay, if they can implement certain strategies and discipline? Because now, not that they don't notice the bad energy around, most times we notice it, but ignorance, and all whatnot sends us back. So, are there strategies that you applied? Are there strategies that helped to make you more focused to where you guys were going to? Now, despite the fact that you didn't have a child on time, I mean, it took 5 years after marriage. Am I right?
Yes.
Most young people, trust me, they will start.
You're correct.
In fact, trust me, some young persons, that home would never be at peace. There will be fights every day. There will be, what is that thing that kept both of you for that 5 years? What is that thing? What is that discipline or strategy?
Okay. Determination. And for me, as I have a very strong base and belief in God and His promises towards us. So I'm not trying to be spiritual here, but then my trust in God to meet me at my point of need was the first thing. Secondly, I cut off completely, like my husband said, from everybody that was not adding any value to my life and was instead telling me negative things. And I got close to people that would tell me, don't worry. 2 years, I know people that were there for 10 years and nothing happened. But eventually God met them. So I surrounded myself with positivity and negativity. And then, can you hear me? And then I stayed focused because I knew the prize I was forging ahead for. So I stayed focused, and I believed that eventually my life will not remain the same again. And then for young people, all I say is there are so many things distracting us. So many things. We have the internet, we have bad friends, we're exposed to just so many things. We should learn to redirect our school of thought, channel it into positivity. And then for this generation, I have the feeling that we're blessed in a way that we're actually more exposed these days. We have skill acquisition places everywhere. You can walk in somewhere and learn to bake to while away time instead of hanging out with friends in clubs. You can learn to sew. You can learn to do a whole lot of positive things on the internet. So if we channel our thoughts and our belief into doing positive things, I think the world will be a better place for all of us. Really.
Wow. Wow. Uncle T, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, everything we did, we added God to it. It was all about prayer. We were very, very prayerful. And we didn't believe in anybody saying, you know, because we may say prayer now, you say maybe somebody saw a vision. No. Seeing a vision is different from being prayerful. We concentrated on what the Bible said. Patience. And of course, I'm from a very fast lane. I'm coming from Lagos. So if I see that this thing is slow here, I retreat. I go back and I start thinking, okay, what do I do? I listen to a lot of people's advice sometimes. They're wrong. So what I do is I pick the best. I mean, best of all the advice. The little from here, little from there, little from there. Like when I said lifestyle, lifestyle is it's different because we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have people from the north, we have people from the east, from the south, from everywhere. And we're all together in the same country. But people keep on saying, this person is like this because he's from the east. This person is like that because he's from the west. I tell you, we have good people, bad people in all these tribes and all these religions. So when they say, Yoruba man is a traitor, Hausa man is a this, no, it doesn't go like that. We're the same everywhere. So you listen to Mr. Yoruba, listen to Mr. Igbo, listen to Mr. Hausa, and pick the best of, of his ideas. A little here, a little here, a little here. Put it into practice to work for you, and don't be on the fast lane like most of my brothers now. We're very, very fast as a man, very, very fast. I want to be like Mike Adebega. I want to be like Dangote. Bros. I want to use the kind of Ronaldinho is using. How do you get there when you don't even have the kind of endorsement or kind of money or the kind of capital or the kind of business they do? So you have to learn to build yourself. It's a stage thing, one step at a time. Okay, let me give you an instance. Just one. I don't know if I'm talking too much. Let me give you an instance.
No, go ahead, please.
Am I talking too much, Tito? Okay. No, when I was getting a job in this company, telecoms company, they saw that my CV had to do it 1 year in one company. Every year I changed jobs. Yeah, because see, I'm an engineer. I was a systems engineer. And then I became an installer. Then I'm a telecoms engineer. Things if you are in a business, in an organization, you learn one small thing from an organization. Whatever you learn, you move to the next organization that's going to pay you. Because you have learned one thing from an organization, the next one you're going to, you've added value to yourself. But a lot of people don't learn, they don't add value to themselves. They just want to, Mr. A is earning 10 million naira. I must earn 10 million naira. No, you have to have the experience from years and years and years and years of gathered knowledge. And all the knowledge you have together, put it in somebody's business who's ready to pay you good money. Man, you will be smiling, he will be smiling, and life will look like bread and butter for you, smooth.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My advice to the young people is extravagance is really not the way forward. We have to learn to be minimalist in a lot of things. The future should be bright for all of us. We cannot eat our future now. We should plant to reap later in life. And what we do today, like it or not, affects tomorrow. If we don't treat our health well, it affects your health in future. If you don't save today, you may not have tomorrow. If you abuse yourself, abuse your body with all sorts, the repercussion would definitely catch up with you. So let's do everything we can as young people to build a bright future, a very good future for our children to come. We should be able to go home, and we're happy that our children.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We just lost the Johnsons. The network from their end is so poor. I don't know what could have happened. Probably the Wi-Fi in the house or something. But all the same, did you hear her? If you guys didn't hear her, I mean, she was giving an amazing advice. We should eat up our future. The young people of these days are eating up their future. Okay, she's back. Okay, let's just have her continue. Let's have her round up. Okay, you're back, ma. We can hear you now.
Okay, I wasn't audible.
No. You went off and just came back. Is the network from your end?
Oh yes, I'm just simply saying that we should be able to live a good future for our children to come. We should be able to go back home, and we're happy that we've left a legacy. We should stop living for now. We should live for the future. We should respect ourselves, respect our bodies, concentrate in school, learn something new. No knowledge is wasted no matter what. Makeup artistry, baking, welding, and all those things. Let's just get ourselves engaged in meaningful things and stop lazying around.
Wow, that's a good one. Thank you very much. That is an amazing one. We hope to also have you back again, from a different angle, from a different perspective, a different area, and I'm sure the network will not hold us spellbound any longer. So thank you very much, Uncle T. Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. We really appreciate this time. Yes, I'll make sure you get to see most of the reviews. I'll forward them to you directly. And, there's so much within the short period of time. There's so much, we've learned. There's so much, other people, because the only way we can impact, is through your own lifestyle, through your life, and this is, I'm sure someone somewhere would be grateful for this little time, that we've spent together. So thank you very much. While we sign out from this end, we're going to sign you out. We really appreciate, and we hope to see you again soon on another matter.
Anytime.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Johnsons. Bye. Thank you. So we thank you, everybody that has been on our session. What do you think? If you learned something so far from the Johnsons, despite the network issues, just drop your comments below. And please kindly subscribe to our channel for notification. And there will be a rebroadcast of the same session, which will be properly edited and rebroadcasted so that you can have it clear at your beck and call. Then if peradventure you still have pending questions, you can drop it on our comments. Please endeavor to like from whatever platform you're watching. Okay, we appreciate every one of you. Now, points are noted for you to be able to attend that quality lifestyle, that quality life, that excellent life, that lifestyle, that good lifestyle, that life, that dream lifestyle that you want. You must be focused. Then also, life is a process. The Johnsons just told us a few minutes ago that you can't jump from one step to the other. You can't wake up and want to be like Ronaldinho or drive a Bugatti or, drive the most expensive car on earth without starting. The Johnsons, the Johnsons, Mrs. Helen Johnson, Peaches, told us when she started with the husband, she was carrying a Sendo phone. Sendo. I wish today's generation, you know what Sendo is. Oh, love it, Peter. I see you. Yes, you're here, live and direct. Okay. Sendo. I wish I have a copy of Sendo phone for you guys to see. She was using a Sendo phone. So her advice to the ladies out there: don't sell your future. Don't sell your future. Move in process. Today, I noticed. I mean, of course, she has one of the most expensive phones because they can afford it, and they're not just carrying it because they want to show up, because of the importance of the gadgets. If you see the machine she drives, you'll be like, wow. So, but from her story, she made us understood that the lifestyle she's living today started from somewhere. So you must pay attention to your health, to your personal growth, which is what we're doing, which is important, and to your spiritual life. Those are key lessons if you must attain that lifestyle, that glorious, that fabulous lifestyle, that quality lifestyle that you want to. Next week is going to be another interesting episode. It's going to be another interesting time. Please don't forget the key lessons that we've all learned today. It's very important that we should hold on and stick to these lessons for you to be able to attain that height. You must be deliberate about life. Lifestyle don't just happen. Your lifestyle is your message to everyone that is surrounding you. So stop depending on looking up to anybody. The choice is yours, and the choice is yours today. Thank you very much as we sign out. We hope to see you again soon and some other time. So thanks for joining us.